Here on 2OT, we want to celebrate the life and times of Boss Eduardo Danding Cojuangco. He was an ambassador, a governor in Tarlac, but we all remember him as one of the biggest sports patrons, specifically in the sport of basketball. Ako po si Carlo Pamintuan with Magumar John for this 2OT live episode, and we are joined by three basketball personalities na talaga namang naramdaman kung gaano kalaki yung naitulong ni Boss Danding Cojuangco in the sport of basketball here in the Philippines. First off, let us welcome Coach Allan Caidic. Coach Allan, thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, hi. Kumusta kayong lahat?
Okay naman, Coach. Also joining us is Coach Jong Uichico. Hi, Coach Jong.
Hello, Carlo, Magu, Kib, Allan, and all the viewers of 2OT.
And of course, also joining us from La Salle and now playing for the TNT Katropa in the PBA, Kib Montalbo. Hi, Kib.
Hi, sir. Thank you for having me.
Let's just start. Of course, we're all saddened by the fact that Boss Danding Cojuangco passed away last June 16. Coach Allan, let me just start with you because nakita mo talaga yung halos pag-uumpisa nung involvement ni Boss Danding in Philippine basketball. You were part of his NCC team back in 1984-1985. Can you tell us a story of how it all came about? Paano nabuo yung idea na yon to represent the Philippines?
Well, actually, mas nauna si Jong na makasama si Boss Danding kasi he's part of the Lasal program that time, in the 80s. So when I joined in 1984, I was so excited to be part of that NCC group kasi alam mo, ang team ng bawat players before is to represent the country. Tapos makikita mo naman yung program ng NCC, Boss Danding. Eh talagang lahat ng players wants to go there. Alam mo yun, parang the desire to play for him is talagang nandun. So I was very fortunate na nakasama ako doon kasi handpicked din kami during that time. Ang purpose kasi nung pagkakasali ko doon is para ma-regain namin yung ABC, which is the FIBA Asia now, in 1985. So, 1984 pa lang na. And, ayun, tuloy-tuloy na siya. And that's, mas close pa nga ako dahil nung lately, di ba, na-involve siya sa Lasal program. And, pasama uli ako doon. Mas naging close pa lalo ako him time na yun. That was like 4 years ago. But talagang overall, I was really saddened and talagang nakabigla. Talagang marami nagmamahal sa kanya sa sporting world, pati sa politics and sa business side. Sila for the passing.
Thank you, Coach Allan. Magu?
Yun lang. Ako, namulat kasi ako sa mundo ng basketball. Mga panahon na nila Coach Allan, mid-80s, mga ganyan. And, ang nakakatuwa doon, mula noon hanggang ngayon, panahon na nila Kib Montalbo, talagang yung lawak ng suporta ni Boss Danding nandoon. Nagsimula nga, like Coach Allan na pointed out, nung panahon pa ni Coach Jong, early 80s Coach Jong, nung sinimulan yung buuin yung NCC squad, yung national team mold na yun. How did that come about, Coach Jong?
Una-una sa sa Lasal. So nag-umpisa si Boss Danding sa Lasal, and then mag-host tayo nung 1982 Asian Youth dito sa Manila. So nagpa-try out si Boss Danding, and then ako yung mga tryout by invitation. So na-invite kami, Lasal na-invite, and then some other people from the outside also were invited to try out para yung mag-make ng 1982 Asian Youth. Doon nag-umpisa yon. From the 1982 Asian Youth, nag-men's na kami. After the 82 Youth na nag-champion dito nung 1982 nga, tapos nag-men's na kami. All throughout na yon. Tapos pumasok na first 5 na ako noon eh. Pumasok si Allan tsaka si Samboy. Wala na position. nakita ko na yung wala nang light at the end of the tunnel nung pumasok sa si Samboy. Yun.
Coach Jong, Allan Caidic tsaka Samboy Lim lang naman. So I think that is still a huge accomplishment on your part. kung sila yung pumalit sa'yo.
Sila pumalit naman. Kaya okay na rin sa akin.
But Coach, how was it meeting Boss Danding for the first time? Of course, you know that he is a proven businessman. Kingmaker nga yung tawag sa kanya sa politika. May kaba ba when you first met him?
Hindi naman kaba, but there was some parang kasi nung first time ko siya talaga nakita was in sa game nung Lasal game. It was the late Bongo, ang unang coach namin. And then became Coach Pilo Pumaren. Pero first time namin nakita siya was in the Lasal game na nanood siya. Bigla siyang nanood kasi basta gusto lang niya manood kung yun yung Lasal team noon. And there was that na nanood si Boss Danding. So, but he was a very quiet person siya. Very down-to-earth, quiet person, but you know that his presence was there even without saying a single word. Lalo na pag nagsalita siya kasi direct to the point si Boss Danding. So he speaks your language kumbaga, and it really will hit your emotion when he talks.
Coach Jong and Coach Allan, I've never had the pleasure of meeting Boss Danding, pero yung dating niya sobrang magnetic ng personality. Sabi nga ni Coach Jong, kahit di magsalita, makita mo pa lang parang in-on. Ganon din ba hanggang sa generation nyo, Kib, na si Boss Danding hindi pa nasa likod nanonood, umuupo pa sa bench nyo, di ba?
Well, actually, to be honest, I didn't know Boss Danding nung high school ako when he recruited me. Like, who is Boss Danding? Then my dad said na, syempre, Boss Danding yan. So, parang sa akin, big things. So, para sa akin, Boss Danding. Then, when I actually knew him and met him, parang, this is Boss Danding. Kasi what happened was, he went to Bacolod to watch me during practice. Kasi at that time, I was being recruited by Ateneo. And that time, parang di ako sure sa decision ko kung where talaga ako mag-go to school. It's either Ateneo or Lasal that time. So, I think when he went to Bacolod, yun yung ata yung game clincher na, man, this is Boss Danding na pumunta sa school and na watch my practice and invite ako sa house niya para mag-talk. Then I think na yun yung game clincher na nag-decide ako na yes, maglasal ako. Si Boss Danding na yun And yung support niya sa basketball when it comes to sa Lasal, ibang klase. He always watches the game. Actually, I think, di ba Coach Allan, nung sa atin time na yun, I think may time na pupunta siya sa practice. Nakapagpanood pa siya nun medyo healthy pa siya nun. But then, as the years pass by, medyo di nata pwede manood siya ng practice. So, pero yung support niya, andyan pa rin every game. He goes to the locker room, like before the game, then after the game, he always speak to us. So, that's that Boss Danding for me, a very supportive person when it comes to basketball. Like, grabe talaga si Boss Danding when it comes to basketball.
Carlo, yung alamat ng suporta ni Boss Danding, talaga na yung mga nakikita natin when he's at the games for supporting his teams, nakikita natin, napapanood natin. Pero binanggit ni Coach Allan kanina hand-pick yung mga players. Pinuntahan si Kib sa Bacolod para panoorin mag-ensayo. Ganon ba talaga ka-handpick, ganon ka-hands-on si Boss Danding pagdating sa mga basketball team niya, Coach Allan?
Well, siyempre, nung time na buhay pa si Coach Ron, i-refer ni Coach Ron sa kanya kung ano yung kailangan sa team, kung sino ang kailangan players para maging competitive. And talagang full supporting si Boss Ron. Talagang makikita mo yung dedication niya, yung passion niya. Tama si Kim. Sa practices, walang palya yun. Talagang pwede siyang pupunta siya. Maski nung time pa namin, talagang very supportive siya. Makikita mo, hindi lang siya pati yung buong family. Kahit yung kapatid niya, si the late Cojuangco, talagang nakatutok din sa amin yun. So parang it's more than like, it's like a family. Parang ang treatment namin sa kanya is like our second father. Alam mo yun? Parang talagang kampante kami pagka doon siya. And sabi nga ni Jong, napaka-straightforward nun. Pagka may sinabi, talaga, you really have to do it or listen to what he's saying. Ang pinaka-ihintay namin lagi doon pag nananalo kami, yung sasalita niya. Every time na mananalo, tahimik lahat ng players waiting for him to say something. Di ba, Kib?
Oh, it's like, inaantay kami na, may sasabihin kaya si boss.
Yan, Coach Jong, of course, na pag-usapan na natin na it started when you were still with LaSalle, but you will get another opportunity to work under Boss Danding Cojuangco in the PBA naman. How much were you looking forward to that chance to work with Coach Ron Jacobs, nagtrabaho din under Boss Danding, under the San Miguel Beer banner?
Siyempre, nakakamiss eh. Nakakamiss kasi, remember, nag-exile sila, di ba? So,
yeah.
When they came back in the late 80s, yun, when he came back to San Miguel, we had the chance again to work with him. So, nakakamiss kasi yung, sabi nga ni Allan, the family type atmosphere ng isang team that you will always look for. Kasi, yes, it's a profession, pero iba pa rin yung personal touch nung Boss Danding sa isang team or corporation for that matter. May personal touch siya na sabi nga ni Kib, pag nagpunta sa practice, malaking bagay na sa player yun. Pag nakikita mo siya sa practice, baka mas ganado ka mag-practice, di ba? Pero yung maliliit na bagay na ganun will go a long ways doon sa feeling ng emotion ng player para maglaro ng double time, kumbaga. Yun lang naman ang gusto ni Boss Danding nun. It's just work your butt off and then the results will take care of itself. Ang ayaw lang niya yung tatamad-tamad. Gusto talaga niya pukpok every single game, pukpok. So, nung nakabalik siya sa San Miguel, yun, nabalik din yung family atmosphere that was the culture of San Miguel and the national team programs on the time of ni Boss Danding Cojuangco. Iba kasi yung family atmosphere. There is chemistry in the basketball court and chemistry outside of the basketball court. That is really the ideal situation for any corporation or basketball team for that matter.
Well said, Coach Jong. Magu?
So yun nga, no? Maraming kwento tungkol kay Boss Danding from all angles of life, from politics to business to yung mga family atmosphere na dinadala nga niya, katulad binabanggit ni Coach Jong, to everything he does. Pero right now we have the Gilas program. Before we had the NCC program, which Coach Jong and Coach Allan were part of. Ito yung yun yung naging structure ng Gilas 1 di ba, Coach Allan and Coach Jong? Doon din pinattern na bumuo talaga ng team from the amateurs na yun yung magdadala magsasama-sama. Boss MVP has been doing a fine job and the SVP, of course, a fine job with the national program right now. Do you see this continuing on na nagsimula pa mula nung 80s? I know Coach Jong is involved with this, especially with the coaches side.
Ako?
Yes.
Yeah, the NCC program was the ideal situation, kumbaga. Always ideal yun because we had the disposal, kumbaga, no, of every player. Si Allan, Samboy, we had the best of the best, di ba? And
that was a ridiculously strong team.
Oh yeah, lakas talaga. And then hindi nila alam, we had also pumunta rin si Ronnie Magsano, dami nagpunta for tryout purposes. Yeah, they were part also of the NCC but never got to play. You know, because ang lakas nga ng team, sabi mo nga, di ba, ang hirap pumasok kasi ang kalaban mo si Hector Calma at saka si Franz Pumaren, ang hirap sumingit, di ba? So it was really an ideal situation. Of course, now Boss MVP is doing the best he can. And of course, hindi natin mapagkakaila. Medyo magastos din talaga yung ideal situation. So I think Boss MVP is doing the best job that he can and trying to put Gilas back again in the map. And I think Boss MVP is in the right direction with the cooperation of the PBA and the right people in the program.
Coach Allan, personally, gaano kalaki po yung natulong sa inyo nung stint nyo with the NCC? Alam natin, the competition was very high. A lot of players who would turn out to be legends in Philippine basketball nakapaglaro doon. Of course, all of the competitions na sinalihan nyo all over the region. Having Chip Engelan also as a shooting coach doon sa NCC. Gaano kalaki po yung natulong nun sa career nyo?
Napakalaki. Kasi alam mo, sabi ko nga sa iyo, almost all players nung araw, ang dream is to represent the country before joining the pro. Yun yung direction from college, national team muna. So talagang makikita mo yung mga tryouts, talagang pagalingan kayo, pahirapan kayo. So pag napasama ka na doon, like yun nga, swerte nga ako at nakapasok ako dyan sa NCC program. Yun nga, tama si Jong. Bali yung spot niya ang pinalitan ko Tapos, nag-travel kami abroad to compete, saan-saan. Doon kami nakagain ng experience. So, kung ba sa pag-akit namin ng PBA, inog na kami. Alam mo yun, yung parang right na kami na because of our experience playing abroad na malalaki, magaling, feeling namin, pwede kami makipagsabayan sa PBA players. Tapos, 1985, nag-join pa kami as guest team. Champion pa kami. So,
yun nga, Coach Hindi lang sabayan binasag nyo pa yung Grand Slam aspirations ng Great Taste nun Pag Grand Slam ng Great Taste kinuha ng NCC yung championship, As a guest team kayo, no, Coach?
Yeah. So, doon mabubuo talaga yung kumpiyansa mo. Yung maturity mo sa game, nandun. Kasi talagang, yung programa kasi ngayon ng Gilas compared sa amin, malaking similarity na naka-pattern nga siya doon. Pero the big difference there is, tandaan mo, nang kunin kami ng NCC, mga college players kami lahat.
Yeah.
And sabi nga ni John, nag-umpisa yun 1982 and then recruit hanggang sa 1985, di ba? So, 3-year program yon na magkakasama kami lahat na naka-quarters kami, naglalaro kami internationally, tapos pati sa PBA, naging guest players. So parang yung mga players, parang alam mo yun, yung magkakapatid na turingan namin dahil parang sa hirap at ginawa, magkakasama kami. And yun nga, yung support ni boss at saka ng school program nandun. Tapos ngayon, ang dami ng mga gumagamit ng naturalized players. Samantalang tayo, nauna, way back, early 80s, inumpisahan na natin yan, di ba? Hindi na lang na-sustain. Kaya yung programa ngayon ng Gilas, maganda din. Kung maanuhin lang nila yung mga kulang na adjustment, i-polish ng konti, mas mag-i-improve pa. Kasi napakalaking bagay nung pagkakasama kayo, naka-quarter. Sabi nga lang, medyo magastos, but if your goal is to win with FIBA Asia or maka-represent ulit sa World, sa Olympics, talagang more than it, di ba?
Kib, sabi nga ni Coach Jong and Coach Allan, yung support ni Boss Danding sa Philippine basketball started around 1982. Di pa tayo pinapanganak nun no? Pero to be able to...
Tayong tatlo, sama mo na ako.
Pinanganak ka na nun. Grade school ka na nun
Idol ko na si Coach Allan nun.
Siyempre yung Kib, yung
naputol sandali si Carlo. Tatanungan siguro ni Carlo about nung 80s, Kib. Ikaw ba, yung powerhouse, yung San Miguel Group kasi, no? Back in those days, talaga naman. Hanggang ngayon naman, yung San Miguel Group yung dominante. Ito, sina Coach Allan, sina Coach Jong, and the rest of the people or the members of the NCC team from back in the day, inabot mo na yan nung lumalaki ka nung nasa PBA na sila. Gano'ng kalaking bagay na may napapanood ka ng ganong kalidad ng mga player, lalo na yung Coach Allan, best shooter in Asia in the history of time yan.
Well, actually, we're blessed na Coach Allan was there. Actually, lagi ako tinuruan ni Coach Allan, especially when I was a rookie. Bata ako mag-isip eh. So, he's always at me. Pero I didn't take it like personally. I want to improve as a player. So, he always teaches me lots of stuff. Pero, so, going back to Boss Danding, his support to us na, I think, from sa time nila ni Coach Allan, ni Coach Jong, up to our time, like, we all knew that Boss Danding wants to win. Like, ibibigay niya lahat ng mga support niya, like, whatever you need. Kasi in LaSalle, we have a dorm, we have a kitchen, puno ng food yan, as in, everything we need. Wala kaming kailangan iba pa. We just need to go to school and practice and play. Yun na lang yung kailangan namin gawin eh. Wala kaming iisiping iba. So, ganun yung treatment niya sa amin. Like, treat nga namin parang professional basketball players na kami noon eh, nung kahit college kami. Kasi everything we have, wala na kaming gagastusin na iba eh. Shoes, socks, lahat. Bibigay niya lahat. He just wants to win. And once you lose, for sure you will hear from him talaga. Kasi his main purpose na kinuha kami and binigay niya lahat is to win talaga.
Carl?
Coach Allan, yun, after the NCC stint, nakapaglaro ka sa PBA and then ultimately you landed with San Miguel Beer. Ano ba yun? Was it a natural path for you na hanapin ulit yung of course support ni Boss Danding under one of his teams?
Sinuwerte lang ako kasi I was given a chance na ma-reunite sa San Miguel in 1993 when the Presto franchise disbanded. And dun sa negotiation namin with Santa Lucia, medyo naging maayos, and then nag-interview ng PBA, and then yun nga, we requested na kung pwede mag-training ako sa San Miguel. And ganun nga nangyari. So, na-reunite ako noong 1992 then to 1998 bago ako na-transfer sa INL. So, yun, nakakatuwa kasi siyempre, na-miss mo yung mga dati mo kasama and nagkasama-sama ulit sa San Miguel.
Coach, you won multiple championships with the San Miguel Beer. Yung franchise na yon, napakaraming na ipanalo. But when you don't win, ano yung reaction ni Boss Danding? May disappointment ba? Or how is he when things don't go well?
Sinabi ko nga that just yes, he puts premium on winning, but he puts more premium in playing hard every game and playing the right way. Mas premium sa kanya yun eh. Yes, lahat naman ng boss gusto manalo, but it's not the end all, kumbaga, not the end all. Basta pukpok, may time nga na may time na sa San Miguel kami, and then natalo kami, nanood si Boss ECJ, after the game, lumapit siya sa akin, sabi niya, Jong, bigyan natin ng bonus yung mga players. Sabi ko, bakit boss? Natalo tayo. Hindi, masaya ako kasi pukpok yung mga player. Lahat talagang pukpok, natalo lang tayo. Pero bigyan na tayo ng bonus. So, doon ko it's a proof lang that ang gusto lang talaga sa mga player is pumukpok. Pukpok. Of course, championship will always be there, but it's not a end-all, kumbaga, kay boss ECJ. Sa LaSalle kasi iba, may pressure doon sa LaSalle. In the school, talagang malaking pressure sa school.
Yeah.
There is more pressure in the UAAP than it is in the PBA. Yes, there is pressure in the PBA, pero sa eskwela, ang hirap niyan kasi isang tournament lang yan eh. And then after that, next tournament na. So iba ang pressure doon. But then, Of course, Boss ECJ just wants to win like any other boss would want to, no? Pero yes, even nung panahon namin, he really puts premium on playing hard. And he just feels contentment at masaya pag nakikita niyang pukpok yung mga player.
Kib, pressures of playing for Boss Danding in Lasal, mabigat ba yung ganong pakiramdam?
Siguro, kasi I love pressure. So, I take it as a challenge siguro whenever parang magsasabi siya na he really wants to win. Pero what I think, yung difference ni Boss Danding talaga is he really knows basketball. By saying that na, I'm not a really offensive player, so I'm a defensive player. Like, he really knows my parang, what do you call this, my strength sa team. Kasi he really knows basketball. So, other bosses may not really notice that. Pero, he's really into basketball. So, hindi lang siya nagsusupport na tipong nagsusupport na basketball. Like, he really knows the game itself. So, I think that's the very big difference kay Boss Danding kasi he really knows basketball.
Magu?
Yeah, kay Coach Allan din. And to all three, I guess. Lalo na si Coach Jong, Coach Allan. You guys used to be athletes, or still coaching in some capacity. Ano yung biggest influence na naiwan sa inyo ng isang ECJ o isang Boss Danding that will last you guys through the rest of your career in coaching nowadays? Coach Allan?
Siguro yung basta play your best every time. Whatever the result may be. Tanggap mo yun kung ano man. Pero basta play your best. Hindi ka dapat complacent kung ano mang ginagawa. Hindi lang sa basketball di ba? In life also, kailangan mo din talaga. Ibigay niyo sa amin is the discipline na dala-dala namin yun sabi ko nga sa iyo, at the early age, high school college players pa lang kami. Na-mold na niya kami. Di ba? Sa pamilya na kami, na maturity na nila. And through the years, makikita mo talaga yung support, yung guidance nila. I just want to share with you one instance na very memorable sa amin. I think we were still in the amateur. We're playing the PABL Lager Light team. We're playing the ESQ marketing. Twice to beat kami. Fortunately, twice beaten kami. That day, that was the birthday of ECJ. So when we went to the complex, the legal complex, there's a big party out there. Hindi kami makapasok, hiyang-hiya kami. Alam mo yun, yung halos mangiyak-hiya kami dahil yun yung parang offer namin dapat sa kanya, trophy. Pero natalo kami. Pero sa kabaligtaran, he welcome us na forget about that. Wala yan, let's celebrate. Parang makikita mo, it's more than the siyempre, gusto niyang manalo. Siyempre, andyan yung support, andyan yung goal. Pero yung outcome, pag talagang you did your best, pero pag hindi mo na-achieve naman, andyan pa rin yung support niya. So, yun yung nakikita kong parang na-i-embed niya sa amin na legacy na talagang it's like a father figure to us. And talagang makikita mo yung treatment niya sa amin. It's like
Coach Allan, ako may tanong. Kasi may naaalala ko nung you were coaching Lasal, you were one of the assistant coaches ng Lasal. There was this one game na yung yung fashion statement nyo, yun yung naging pinakamalaking kwento nung buong laro na yun sa UAAP. Tumatawa na si Kib, naaalala na niya, you were wearing green pants. Tapos sinamahan kayo ni Boss Danding. Ganon ka-cool. Si Boss ECJ, no? Hindi niya kayo iniwanan, sinamahan niya kayo wearing that. Can you tell us a story about that?
Actually, siya may idea talaga. Pare-parehas kami. He even made this yung best for us. Talaga kasi minsan mag-ginaw sa MOA or sa Araneta and he has to wear a vest or a jacket. So, kailangan kumpleto ang coaching staff. Niya pare-parehas. Kasi ever since naman talaga, gusto niya talaga is maayos eh. Di ba, Jong? Even players kami, even si Kib can attest to this. Kung ang shoes kailangan pare-parehas, ang medyas pare-parehas, kailangan naka-tuck-in kayo lahat. Ganun ka-discipline ang programa ni Boss at saka ni Coach Ron. Kaya kita mo, overlap na rin sa coaching, di ba? Makita mo kami parang nakatay kami ng green at saka green pants, di ba? So, cool.
Bagay sa kanya, sa inyo, di bagay.
Kami leprechaun.
Ano daw Gary Valenciano look daw yung yung ganong klase. Kib, do you still remember when that happened?
Yeah. Natatawa kami actually noon kasi naka-green sila lahat. Kasi if you see sila ni Coach Allan, Coach Juno, Coach Jun, when they come to practice, syempre maka-basketball attire lang. Tapos normal na talaga. Tapos they don't really wear parang mga colorful stuff. Tapos pagdating sa game, naka-green pants sila. Pero wala, laro lang din. Pero yeah, as sabi nga ni Coach Allan na gusto ni Boss Danding na uniform lahat. So yung mga socks namin, as in we all have the same socks. Nakatatak pa yan na green archers. So he really loves Lasal and yun yung support niya talaga sa amin. And we're really blessed to have him as our boss.
Coach Jong, going back to Magu's question earlier, ano yung legacy na naiwan sa'yo specifically ni Boss Danding? What are the biggest lessons that you learned from him na hanggang ngayon dinadala mo pa rin?
I like his personal touch to a team. Parang sabi niya ni Kib, support 100%, you feel very important. Kumbaga, hindi lang naman trato sa'yo, basketball player. Parang you feel important when he is there and masaya siya sa yung kagaya, uniform, pare-pareho, masaya siya sa ganun eh. He has fun doing that one. And his personal touch, a little kamusta, a little usap dito, a little usap doon. Parang he goes out of his way just to chit-chat a little bit, have dinner, ganun ba? And parang boss siya, but he is one of the guys. Yun ang feeling ko sa kanya. And that personal touch will go a long way because he doesn't, though you know he's the boss, he doesn't feel or he doesn't make you feel that he is above everybody because he a very very down to earth person, and he knows how to makibagay ba, he knows how to talk to you. So you feel like wanting to play for him. Yun ang importante doon eh. And you feel like wanting to coach for him. It's for him. Yun. Hindi na bali yung bonus, this, yes, that's given. Pero yung wanting to play for a certain person or organization, that goes a long ways, which I will carry over because that personal touch that I will, parang gusto mo ma-emulate yung personal touch eh. Pero ang hirap eh. Kasi Jong Uichico lang tayo, siya, Boss Danding. Ang hirap, di ba? But you try to emulate that one, yung personal touch niya. Yun, that's
Pero,
yeah.
Pag nakakwentuhan mo naman naging player na ni Coach Jong, from the greats to the role players, binabanggit naman nila yung coach na one of the, yung nakakausap ka rin nila eye to eye. Pag sa labas ng practice, okay daw kayo.
Yeah, kasi importante yun eh. The relationship, kumbaga, the relationship of the coach and the player, the boss and the player, that is the, kasi lahat ng coach, lahat ng player, magagaling yan eh. So, nasaan yung advantage mo from the other teams? It is the relationship, I think, that goes a long ways.
Coach Allan, we see a lot of players graduating from San Miguel Beer and Barangay Ginebra and even the Pure Foods franchise. Marami sa kanila yung nananatili sa pamilya ng San Miguel Corporation in the sense that they start businesses under the SMC banner. Parang kasama ba yun sa pag-aalaga ni Boss Danding na even after your career, he will still find ways to look out for you?
Well, we're so fortunate na yun nga, nag-guide niya kami after our playing years. Nabigyan niya kami ng opportunity na through coaching at the same time yung iba nga sa businesses. Siyempre, hindi mawawala dyan yung tulong ni Mr. Ramon Ang, kasi siya yung parang nagtuloy nun eh.
Yeah.
Kasi for the last 10 years or so, si Boss Danding medyo nagka-problema sa health niya. So it's Mr. Ang who parang guided all of us dun sa na-sustain yun eh, yung na-pick up niya. Kaya masaya rin kami at malaki rin na naitulong ni Mr. Ang sa amin dahil nga dun sa programa ng si San Miguel na yun na after playing, nabibigyan ng chance na sa coaching at the same time yung iba sa businesses. And swerte kami at nandyan sila na guiding us always.
Go?
Yeah. Hello.
While we have a little off topic, while we have Coach Allan, yung bira natin makausap isang Coach Allan Caidic, Coach, nabasa ko kay Danding kasi, Coach, magkakaroon ka ng shooting academy.
Hindi naman shooting academy. It's more of repackaging my kasi for the last 3 years, I've been busy doing this shooting sessions, yung one-on-one shooting session. And parang gusto ko lang ilagay sa tamang perspective o yung curriculum ko na it's more of kasi pag shooting academy kasi we're thinking of maramihan di ba?
Parang sa Korea, mga ganun.
Oo, sa shooting kasi it's not effective na sa isang session napakaraming players kasi the lesser player, the better for you to improve, di ba? Kasi more shots for you, better yung repetition and everything. So, nire-repackage ko lang siya na magkaroon ng direction na gano'n. Pero syempre sa ngayon, given a chance, I want to return to di ba? Sa landline sa PBA kung mayroong opportunity to help other teams or San Miguel o kahit saan to help them, I'm more than willing to help kahit sa Pilas program. But sa ngayon, yun nga, yung direction ko about kasi marami na rin ako naturuan mga bata on the side, hindi na masyadong na publicize yun. Pero kahit pa paano, marami tayong natulungan mga bata by doing that one-on-one session. Kasi for me kasi, importante kasi talaga yung mabigyan mo ng yung on-the-spot correction minsan sa programa mo in 2 hours. Like, kasi compared ko doon sa Lasal, when we were in Lasal, di ba, i-assign lang tayo ng halimbawa, 30 minutes, 3 players or 4 players. Di ba, Kib? Halimbawa, guards, you go to Coach Allan on NWF, tapos PTH naman, the big man. So, hindi masyadong talagang mag-guarantee yung improvement, di ba? Kasi busy rin yung mga to sa eskwela, tapos yung practice, tapos yung workout pa sila sa wing program. So, nung ko tong shooting, shooting clinic ko na one-on-one, imagine, isa ka lang o dalawa, you will spend 2 hours with me shooting kung 3 times a week, better, di ba? Kung everyday, medyo mahirap na yun for some because of the schedule. So, ganun yung parang napoforsee ko after this lockdown, kung mabibigyan na ng chance na pwede na uli, ganun yung plano ko.
Magkaka-age limit ba to, Coach Allan?
Yun nga rin yung tanong ko, Coach. Kailangan ba player lang or pwede kami dalawa ni Magugan yan?
Ay, pag kayong dalawa, special yung rate nyo. Kasi medyo matigas na yung mga muscles ko. Mahirap na kayong turuan. Pero ideal,
yung muscle memory niyan, iba na, wala na.
Well, ideal age kasi is yung high school, no? Yung mga first year high school hanggang 4th year. Yan. Pero okay din naman kung mga college players natin to enhance and improve their shooting.
Pero mas maganda nga, Coach, mas salo ng maaga to get them the proper form,
Kasi pag sobrang bata naman, parang para sa akin, it's still useless na bigyan mo sila ng for that dahil hindi una-una mabigat pa sa kanila yung bola, hindi pa tama yung form na pagganito nila. Minsan yung mga bata na elementary, they want to enjoy playing lang. Gusto nila, scrimmage lang ng scrimmage. So, minsan hindi pumapasok sa mind pa nila yung itinuturo mo. So, ideal is high school, siguro first year, second year high school, onward. Kung pwede mag-overlap sa mga, even sa PBA players, kung I'm more open naman ako doon.
Hindi lang open si Coach Allan Carlos sa mga katulad natin.
Oo nga, close pa doon.
Pwede natin pag-usapan kayong dalawa. Pero special case kayong dalawa.
Doon kayo sa akin.
So yun, coaching clinic na.
Coach Jong's frustrated. Clinic, doon kayo sa akin.
Kib, just going back to Boss Danding, kita naman natin yung suporta niya sa Lasal program. Kukuha siya ng coach na Allan Caidic, kukuha siya ng coach na June Limpot, Freddy Abuda. So you're seeing a lot of very talented, some of the best basketball personalities that the country has ever seen para tulungan kayo. How much did it help you, throughout your career? How much did the lessons coming from Coach Allan and your other coaches, of course, help you get to where you are today? Syempre, you're waiting to debut in the PBA.
Well, it helped us a lot kasi coming from Coach Allan, Coach June Limpot, Coach Freddy, they're all well-experienced players sa PBA. So, pinapunta sila ni Boss sa Lasal para to teach us young kids na this is the way na to help us get to the PBA. Actually, my defensive instincts and skills na tutunan ko kay Coach Freddy. Nagpaturo talaga ako sa kanya one-on-one, like, Coach, paano ganito, paano ganyan. Then he taught me the little things. Actually, those what really matters, yung mga little things na ginagawa inside the court, the footwork, kung ano yung mga tamang pag-bump. So I think that was a big factor na natutunan ko from my coaches.
Mago?
No, yun nga, no? Pagka nga, yun nga yung maganda pagka ganun ka-dedicated sa programa. You get people like Coach Allan and Coach Jong teaching the next generation. Yung passion, hindi nawala, Coach Jong, Coach Allan? From your time to mga panahon nila Kib, all the way, yung passion talaga ni Boss Danding, something to really aspire to be. Like si Coach Jong hanggang ngayon, yung mga lessons na ganun, something to aspire to be like na, it's not just about winning, it's about putting the effort in. At pag nakita yun, ma-appreciate mo naman, di ba, Coach Jong?
Well, that's because even in life, diba, all we can do is try the best we can. Basketball is like that. Life is like that. The best we can, and then hope that everything will fall our place, which doesn't necessarily happen. Pero at least sinubukan natin yung kaya natin. But more or less, if you do the best you can, medyo mapapabor sa'yo yung result. But if it doesn't fall, then athletes like Kib, fighter si Kib, maski hindi niya na-attain yung gusto niyang ma-attain or yung goal niya, tuloy-tuloy pa rin tayo. Because it's that effort and passion, as you said, that will bring us through. Kasi yung passion yan, hindi lang passion dahil maganda yung takbo ng buhay mo. Passion, maski mahirap ang takbo ng buhay mo, yun ang magdadala sa'yo. Whether it is good or bad, yun ang magdadala sa'yo. Your passion, whether things are going your way or not. That is what will make you continue your path. Yun ang sa akin. And talking about Coach Allan, siyempre in yung academy, because something like Kib, for example, yes, he knows he's a defensive player, pero I know that he needs improvement in his shooting. Kailangan yun because mabuti nga si Kib may specialty na marerely ng coach ng TNT, si Coach Bong, marerely na sa defense. But siyempre, at the end of the day, you need to improve your skills, whatever the kulang is. And if it is shooting, then you invest in your shooting. Kasi sa PBA, pag nandiyan ka na sa PBA, if you do not perform, you will not play. Kumbaga. So,
hindi pwedeng Japorms lang if you can't perform Japorms. Hindi ubra sa PBA.
Kasi hindi pwede kasi yung coach ang madadali. Siyempre, yung coach gusto niya ilalaro niya yung talaga magbibigay sa kanya ng epekto sa laro. So, at least si Kib, may defensive, ang hahanapin lang natin kung saan siya kulang. Doon siya mag-invest. Yun ang opinion ko.
Kib, just winding down before we let everyone go, Boss Danding gave you a chance. Pinuntahan ka pa niya kung saan ka naglalaro just to recruit you for Lasal. What are you most grateful for kay Boss Danding?
Well, I'm really grateful for his generosity. Not just, hindi lang sa akin like to everybody around him when it comes to, as far as I know, na kahit yung mga nag-work sa kanya, sometimes yung mga anak na mga nag-work sa kanya, pinapaaral niya pa sa mga Green Hills, mga ganyan. So I think that's what really affected me the most. And also yung sabi nga ni Coach Jong kanina, yung he's stepping out of his way, like yung personal bond niya. So I think that's the big factor din na nakuha ko kasi ako I'm willing to share my experiences also to my fellow rookies. So I think nakita ko yan kay Boss Danding na he steps out of his way na to talk to us, to have dinner with us. So I think that's a really big factor when it comes sa amin.
How about Coach Allan? What's the one thing that you're most thankful for sa pagkakataong makilala si Boss Danding Cojuangco?
Well, bukod dun sa sinabi ni Kib na siyempre everyone naman na-under sa kanya yung pagka-generous ni Boss talaga sa umaangat, di ba? But more than that is yung treatment niya sa amin. Para mga sa family, part of the family. Talaga naka-invent sa mind ko at sa akin ko. I paid my last respect to him yesterday Coach Jong, and yun na sa Barlang tomorrow, and I'll pray for his soul sa family niya. I'm so thankful for everything. Rest in peace, boss.
Thank you, Coach Allan. Coach Jong?
I owe him a lot. Kumbaga, I owe him a lot. Kung hindi ako kinuha sa Lasal, hindi ko alam kung nasaan ako, di ba? Because that jump-started my, if you can say my career, even if I did not want it a career, but it jump-started it kasi by getting me in Lasal, na-evolve, na solidify, kumbaga, yung foundation ko sa basketball. Yun ang malaking utang na loob ko sa kanya. Parang siyang nag-jumpstart. Yes, we'll all be playing, but alam mo naman ang playing, it can go to an abrupt end, kumbaga, but siya ang nag-jumpstart. So, malaking utang na loob ko sa kanya. And his brother, Boss Henry, and then, of course, later on in San Miguel, si Mr. Ang, and everybody that supported the San Miguel, Ginebra, and the Pure Foods, which is Boss Danding, Boss Henry, Boss RSA. Yun. That's why I'm very thankful to all of them for where I am now in my career.
Thank you, Coach Jong, Coach Allan, and Kib for this opportunity to celebrate, the fruits nung naibigay sa atin ni Boss Danding Cojuangco in the sport of basketball. Nakakalungkot nga lang na ngayon nangyari because, we'd want to pay our last respects. We'd want to, condole the family. Pero dahil sa sitwasyon, dahil nasa GCQ pa rin yung Manila, limitado yung pagkakataon para maparamdam yung ating respeto kay Boss Danding Cojuangco. So we're hoping that by this conversation, mapaalam natin sa pamilya niya that we are very happy to be where we are today because of yung mga tinanim niya sa Philippine basketball.
Yun nga, thankful tayo dahil nga sa yung landscape ng basketball would not be like this kung hindi inumpisahan nung araw ni Boss Danding. First thing I did when I heard the news, bumili ko isang kahong beer. Just SMB kagad, matik yun. Pinalamig kagad at pagdating ng gabi. Dahil yun di ba? Pagka sinabi mong Boss Danding, SMB kagad Maisip mo kagad So, with all of what the corporation does for the entire society and syempre, lalo na para sa Philippine sports and basketball in particular. Maraming salamat po.
And on that note, we will end this episode of 2OT presented by Smart. Simple, smart, game-changing, simple, smart ako. Pero hindi pa po dyan nagtatapos ang kwentuhang sport dahil mamayang 7 p.m. So she did naman as Marty and Trina will have Ateneo Lady Eagle Cat Tolentino as guests later on. Also on Tiebreaker VODs. Again, Coach Jong, Coach Allan, and Kib, maraming salamat po for joining us on 2OT and see you again next time.